to Vienna. Considering that was a 4-hour journey, that went so quickly. So it's just gone 1 o'clock and I can't check into my hostel until 2 o'clock. So my plan of action is just to get a bit of food and then go and check in, because it's about a 20-minute walk from here. So on my way, I'm sure I will find somewhere cute for a spot of lunch. I'm not gonna lie, I spent so much time making sure I planned properly the planes, trains, hostels, that I haven't really planned what I'm doing in each place, so I've not booked anything. However, I have just booked on to a tour of the Spanish riding school. It is so quiet here, it's like a ghost town. Where is everybody? I found a really cute little cafe near my hostel, about 5 minutes away, so I stopped there for a little cheese toastie before exploring a bit of Vienna whilst I had a little bit of the afternoon left. I can't remember what this church was called because I just stumbled across it before I went to the Austrian National Library, but it was a pretty nice one, so I popped in there for a little bit. Then I bought a ticket for the National Library because I hadn't prepaid, but you can buy one there. Okay, so this is my second time attempting to go into the library because I didn't know you had to get a ticket. It was €10, so it's not that bad. And I've got half an hour to kill and it looks beautiful, so let's actually go inside this time and not get kicked out. Second time lucky with my tickets bought now. I headed into the library and it is breathtaking. As a book lover, I would definitely recommend going there. I think it worked out to be £10, which was so worth it. I spent about 20 minutes in here wandering around and looking at the beauty and just wishing and dreaming I could spend my whole day in there reading a book in a cozy corner and taking everything in. I think you might have been able to get an audio so you could hear the history, but I couldn't find this option. So maybe look into this if you wanted to go there, because I wish I had found out a little bit more information on this whilst I was there. But definitely put this on your list. It was well worth seeing and it killed a little bit of time before I had to go to my tour of the Spanish riding school. That was beautiful. If you're debating whether to go there, just do it. Just absolutely do it. I could sit in there all day reading and looking at everything in there. But I now have a date with the Spanish riding school. I have managed to book a tour around the grounds of the Spanish riding school, just as the horses are going past me now. I actually originally wanted to book the morning training session. You can go and see it for like £14, but I wasn't prepared enough, and whilst I'm here there are no tickets, so I've booked onto that. It was only £19 and it's an hour and you still see the arena and everything. It does say on the ticket no photos and videos, so I'll see what I can do. We have arrived and it is beautiful. Guys, I really want to do this, but is it really sad doing that on my own? I never actually ended up doing the horse and carriage on my own, but that's still on my bucket list to do. We first started outside and they were showing us a few things out there and telling us a few facts about the Spanish riding school. Then we moved on to a TV where they had a few videos playing of the horses performing, so that was quite nice to see if you can't get on to seeing them in person. Then we headed to the most gorgeous riding arena I've ever seen, and it would be an absolute dream to ride there, but it comes with a few requirements. All the riders are Austrian and you can be as little as 15 to be a rider, but the training is 9 to 12 years long. Then we got to look around the tack room, which was the fanciest tack room I've ever been in, and each horse has its own training saddle and show saddle, which is moulded to them and adapted 2 times a year. We then walked through the stables where you are not allowed to take any pictures, and you're also not allowed to pet the horses to prevent them from getting any diseases. We ended in the courtyard where there was one horse that we were allowed to take pictures of. Good morning everybody, from a very tired Bex. I had a snorer in the room last night, and then also to top it off, she had her alarm go off at 6:30 and she snoozed it up until about 8 o'clock. So it is sunnier today, but it's slightly windy, so my eyes are watering already. Right now, I'm gonna head back to the Spanish riding school because I just can't get enough. Because when I was there yesterday, the gift shop was shut by the time we had finished the tour. So I love a good gift shop, so I need to go back in there, but it's on my way towards the locations that I'm going to today. I have saved so many places on my phone. Do I think I can pronounce any of them? Probably not. There's about 5 or 6 places that I really want to go to today, and it's going to be beautiful in the sun, so I'm out and about at 9 o'clock on a Sunday, which I forgot. You know, when you're travelling you just forget the days, so that's probably why it's quite quiet. I also really want to send a postcard to my niece and nephew, so I need to figure out the post office situation here. Do you know what I also love about being out and about at this time? Means no one's here to judge me, taking my vlogs, taking my selfies. Oh, it's so nice when you're out and no one else is out. Don't you just hate going to a public place and the public is there? So I took a lovely stroll through the streets of Vienna until I ended up back at the Spanish riding school, which by the way looks so much more beautiful in the sunlight than with clouds in the sky. Inside the shop you could actually buy one of the horses' horseshoes as good luck, and also there were a few Christmas decorations in the shapes of the riders and the horses. It was slightly expensive in this shop, which I expected, but I didn't see any of this stuff in any of the other shops around. Then I took a nice stroll heading on my way to the Parliament building. As you can see, I passed a lot of nice buildings and also stumbled across a little park that was right opposite the Parliament building. So of course it was only natural to walk around for a little while singing Vienna by Billy Joel, which has been on my bucket list to do for a very long time. Tell you what, it's a windy day, and when that wind blows it's a bit chilly. Okay, so I've just been walking around this park and I am so cold. When the wind blows and the sun goes in, it's actually pretty cold, so I might go and try and find somewhere to warm my hands up with a hot chocolate. After another wander through the streets of Vienna, I stumbled across St. Peter's Church. It was free to go inside, and when I went in, there was already a service taking place. Whoa. Wow. And straight from there, I went to find St. Stephen's Cathedral, which, as you heard, took my breath away. It was so much bigger than what I pictured. I didn't end up going inside, there was quite a long queue, but I did head over to a little cafe to warm my hands up with a hot chocolate, which was the richest hot chocolate I've ever had, but in the cutest little pink cafe. It was very hard to resist the sweet treats, but the chocolate itself was so sweet and sickly. I'm so glad I didn't get anything else. Unfortunately, like I said before, it was a Sunday, so I was struggling to find places that were open, and this one was not open. Once again, I failed. I've tried to come to Palais Kinski, is that how you say it? Looks beautiful inside, and it's free, and I think it's shut on a Sunday. I mean, part of my trip was going to have to be on a Sunday, but a bit annoying. I only had really one full day in Vienna, and the full day is the Sunday, so maybe next time. I did Google it and it said that it was open, so that's annoying. I have a feeling everywhere I go today is going to be the same. Then, as I was on my way to my next place, I stumbled across a big crowd in the street. Little did I know that they were all waiting for the anchor clock to change time and perform for us. Now brace yourself, because this was the most beautiful church I have ever seen. This is Church of the Jesuits. With the most stunning pink marble mixed with the impeccable gold detailing, this huge church will honestly take your breath away. I could not capture the sheer beauty and size of this church through my pictures and videos. It's free to go inside, and because it was a Sunday, they did have a service starting just as I was leaving that anyone is welcome to. And just like that, I've found somewhere that is actually open on a Sunday. We're gonna go on the Ferris wheel. So as it was a Sunday and I was struggling to find things to do, I took myself to Weiner Riesenrad to go on the 127-year-old Ferris wheel. It only cost me about £10 and the views were so nice. Time for a quick hostel tour. So I stayed at a hostel called the Wombat. Compared to the Prague hostel, this was definitely more of a hotel feel. There was a really large area downstairs to chill, read a book, have food, and loads of snack choices in the vending machine, and also a telephone box that you can exchange your books with. So this hostel cost me £30 a night. I stayed there for 2 nights, and I was in an all-female 5-bed dorm. It was very basic, this hostel. You shared a bathroom, there were no privacy curtains, it was very old school bunk beds, but you had everything you needed. You had lockers to keep your things safe. These are the lockers and you have to use them with your key card. It took me so long to figure this out and one of the other girls had to tell me. So you have to do that until you hear the noise and then it pops out and then you can open it. And then to lock it again, you just have to press that down with your key card. So yeah, it's pretty basic. I just don't like how there is no privacy curtain because I way prefer that. But for £30 a night, can't really complain. A bed is a bed. We've got to have a little haul of all the things I got today. So I obviously kept my ticket from the Ferris wheel because that will be going in my scrapbook. I got a couple of things from the gift shop at the Spanish riding school because it was closed when I left yesterday. So I just got a couple of bookmarks and some stickers again for my scrapbook. I also got this postcard for my scrapbook because that is the Ferris wheel that I just went on. And I like how it's all like retro style. I also got this sticker and this badge. I think I said in another clip that I am going to be doing something with the badges that I collect. And I think they're all the same size, which is great. So yeah, I got one in Prague. I got one in Rhodes. So this is my Vienna one. To be fair, I really was struggling to find this and I just found it today. So luckily I grabbed one. Then I did actually clock this. It is a magnet, but I always collect little things that I can with sunflower signs that come along my way. I always try, and if I can buy them, then I will. And I just think this is a bit of a crazy sign that it's a sunflower, but also says Best Mama on it. And I also picked this one up for my scrapbook. It's 20 to 4 and I'm actually pretty hungry, but as it's a Sunday, there is honestly no shop open, which is so frustrating. I did see there was a vending machine downstairs, so I might go and see if there is anything in there that takes my fancy that I can snack on for now. And then I will probably venture out to the local restaurants tonight so that it's not a long walk back into sort of central. My train tomorrow is at, I think it's like just after 8 o'clock. So it's a little bit earlier than the one before. And I think I'm gonna have to get up pretty early to make sure I'm there so I'm not stressed. And there's actually so much to do in Vienna train station. When I got here, I saw it and it was like an airport. It was huge. So I won't be bored waiting for my train if I get there early. I ended my trip with a yummy dinner just outside of the hostel. The next location is Bratislava, so remember to subscribe and follow me along with this journey.